Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we really have two topics. So first we're going to get into the SAS halfway point, my thoughts, how the rest of the sale is going to go, and then the second half of this video is how to prep for fall and Halloween. We have the Summerween and Halloween member exclusive early access happening on June 30th, and then we're supposed to be seeing some fall and Halloween floor sets the first 2 weeks of July. So I wanted to cover everything from getting your inventory to how to budget and really wrap it up into one video. That being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get right on into the video. All right, you guys, so the first half of this video, or first portion really, is going to be about the summer semi-annual sale as we have arrived at the halfway point. So the halfway point right now where we're sitting, we have the majority of the product 75% off as far as body care goes. I'm really only going to be talking about the body care, just an FYI. As far as body care goes, we pretty much have everything 75% off except for the Christmas in June/July collection. Now, that was rumored to be dropping down to 75% off sometime this weekend. I'm not sure when this video will go up, so I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be 75% off at the time of posting, but as for right now when I'm filming, it is still at that 50% off rate. So here's what I would say: if you are not done with your SAS shopping yet, I would prioritize anything 75% off. I would pick it up now, especially if you're somebody that likes to buy in sets or trios. It's becoming really hard to find a full set, so meaning the shower gel, the body lotion, and the fine fragrance mist. In my store, the fine fragrance mist almost didn't exist for a lot of the bringbacks, yet they had plenty of the lotions or the body creams and then the shower gels. So it really depends on what you're looking for. But if you are someone that likes to buy in complete sets and maybe you were holding out to see if the prices were going to go lower, I would say this is about the lowest they're going to go for the bringbacks. Also, something to buy would be the aromatherapy and then some of their miscellaneous, not really bringbacks, but miscellaneous overstock. So things like Perfect in Pink or Always and Forever. My store also had fresh cut lilacs and some Forever Red leftovers. So if you're interested in any of that, I can say with a bit of confidence that we're not really going to be seeing those scents in the near future, with the exception of Forever Red and maybe You're the One. I feel like those two are sort of revolving door fragrances. They're either in or they're out, and you just try and catch them when they're in. But as far as Perfect in Pink goes, fresh cut lilacs and Always and Forever, specifically Always and Forever and Perfect in Pink, I don't really think we're going to be seeing those back anytime soon. Fresh cut lilacs usually comes back as an online exclusive every year for the springtime. Now for aromatherapy, this is going through a repackage as I talked about in my last SAS haul. So if you really do like the fragrance and you like the exact same products, you buy them repeatedly, great time to pick it up at a very discounted rate. However, don't panic buy here. They're still very much available. The last things as a part of the 75% off, Disney collection is 75% off. Definitely get it now. If you're a collector and you really like Disney and you just want like a set just to have, definitely prioritize now that it's dropped down to that $3.99. Or if there was a fragrance in the collection that was like your all-time favorite, your desert island fragrance, definitely pick it up now. We are not going to be seeing any of that back anytime soon. So that just leaves the Christmas in June/Christmas in July body care. What is going on with that, you guys? I'm honestly not too sure, because I would have bet money that it was going to be reduced to the 75% off by now. And I'm honestly a little surprised that it hasn't. And what's interesting about this collection is it's not exactly a summer forward collection. Most of these fragrances, in my opinion, I'm not wearing in the summer. And I understand that it's Christmas in July and they're just kind of like a play on words and you could save them for Christmas. But a lot of the SAS stuff is sort of a summer leaning fragrance, with the exception of, I would say, like Fall and Bloom is probably more of a fall fragrance, but Bali Mango, Into the Wild, Velvet Sugar, like I think those could be very summer forward fragrances if you wanted to wear them now. As far as the Christmas in July collection, it's sort of an odd collection. I think you could wear Frosted Coconut Snowball now, but again, there's something in each of those fragrances that really make it more appropriate for the winter/Christmas time, in my opinion. So it's really up to you with what you want to do there. We also don't know what we're getting back for Christmas this year, and there's been hearing a lot of rumors, especially as they're doing this fall collection. We're seeing new things with Glazed Pumpkin and Book Loft coming out in the fall body care, which I will be doing an entire fall body care video very, very soon. We don't know if we're gonna have sort of different Christmas than what we saw last year. Last year for Christmas, we got pretty much every single scent back that we've had in years previous. I don't think we got anything truly new that was set for like a Christmas line. We got Platinum, we got Perfect and Pink, but those were more of just like a signature line release, similar to Vanilla Romance, which we saw earlier in the fall. So like, I'm curious to see if they would bring back Santa's Blueberry Shortbread, if they would bring back Christmas Cocoa and Mint, if they would bring back Sugar Plum Dream, because a lot of people have been talking about it, and it seems like bringbacks were really the theme for this SAS. People went crazy for some of them. I'm really interested to see what Christmas looks like. Therefore, I'm just not going to be buying these, especially at that 50% off rate. It's the equivalent of the buy three, get three, which really isn't a great deal because it's coming in at about $7 or $8 a product, and they have $5.95 sales, $4.95 sales, and the rest of the SAS body care at 75% off is hitting that $3.99, $4 range. So I will not be buying. My SAS shopping is complete, and overall for this sale, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So I think some of the pros here, I think they really did have some great bringbacks like Velvet Sugar, Be Enchanted, and then Chocolate Amber was a really pleasant surprise in my opinion. I really liked seeing those fragrances. A kind of con or caveat to that was I wish there was some repackaging to some extent. Like I understand, and it was very nostalgic for me to see very similar packaging in the Velvet Sugar and the Be Enchanted, but I do feel like some sort of different packaging or packaging to make them look like they were all part of one collection would have been really nice to see. Another con would be some of the tropical fragrances. My SAS was really overrun by the tropical bins in the front, and I really think we just need an overall tropical refresh. We've had the same fragrances for year after year after year, and I understand that they're really good and some people love them, but for me, I just want more variety, and I feel like we have so many ones in the past that could easily be brought out for tropical and really kind of amplify the tropical collection. That being said, I would love to see like Maui Mango Surf back. I feel like that would be phenomenal. Oahu Coconut Sunset back. I would love to see that one. Tropidelic. You guys know how I feel about Tropidelic. I feel like we really need to sort of jazz up the tropical collection as so many hit the bins at SAS. In my store, at least, like the whole front I felt was completely tropical. I think a last note I would have in terms of cons would be I would have loved more 75% off candles. We really had a weird arrangement of candles at my store, and I know that the winter SAS is going to be much better in terms of candles, at least in my personal opinion. I'm not really a summer candle user. I definitely prioritize candles in the fall and winter when I want to make it all cozy, not so much in the summer. So I typically do wait and sort of see the 75% off candles in the winter sale, and those tend to be much better. But if you do like spring and summer candles, I feel like the 75% off candles at this sale wasn't really the best, but let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. Really, the last con I had was that Cucumber Melon needs to go. I'm so sorry if that's your favorite scent, but it just keeps coming back. It can't even qualify as a bring back if it's constantly available. I feel like we just need to kind of switch up the sort of iconic 2000s fragrances we're bringing back. Maybe we do Cucumber Melon one year, the next year we do Juniper Breeze, the next year it's Country Apple, and then just so on and so forth. I would love to see a little bit more variety on that. As far as pros, I said I enjoyed the bringbacks. The pricing was relatively competitive. I feel like that $4.99, $3.99 price point was really good on the bringbacks. There wasn't too much jumping up and down. Last year and in years previous, we've seen the sort of bringbacks collection or the block party collection kind of jump from that 50 to 75% off depending on the day. And this one really stayed at that $4.99 flat rate and then just went down to the $3.99 from there, which I thought was awesome. And really last pro, I did have some really nice availability in my store, at least at the beginning of the sale. Now, not so much, but it's been like 2 weeks. It's a halfway point, so completely understandable. But overall on the sale, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. If you do want anything, especially for sets, I would get it now. But also keep in mind that we are prepping for fall and Halloween, which I'm going to talk about right now in terms of overbuying, how to organize and inventory your stuff, and then also setting your budget. All right, you guys, so moving into the second portion of this video, which is fall and Halloween. Now, it's kind of hitting at a weird time because a lot of us just stocked up on SAS and then we're like, wait a minute, Halloween is happening on June 30th for member exclusive. well, I just bought all this stuff and there's a lot more stuff that I want coming. I am like buy overload. So this is exactly what you're going to want to do. And this is really a two-step process. So your first step is going to be doing your inventory. And the second step is going to be defining your buying strategy. Let's start off with the first step first. So first up, you have your collection inventory. The first thing you're going to want to do is really section out all of your products by product type. So put your body creams over here, your lotions, your shower gels, and your fine fragrance mist, and count how many you have of each product so that you can get an inventory. Maybe you thought you had 10 body creams and then you found 5 in the linen closet. Now you have 15 body creams. You would have never known that. And maybe you would have bought 5 body creams for fall and Halloween and then discovered those and went, oh my goodness, I have way too much. So I always recommend getting your raw inventory. Keep up with this. I would probably say after you do like a large buy. I know a lot of us for SAS, we did have more large hauls. So I would say that's a great time to really get organized and make sure that your inventory is up to date and accurate. So after that, you're going to want to see what scents do I have and what product types do I need to complete collections if you like collections. So what I mean by that, I'll give an example. Say you have marshmallow pumpkin latte, you counted all of your products and you have a marshmallow pumpkin latte in the fine fragrance mist and in the lotion, so you're missing the body wash. If you're somebody that likes to wear a fragrance in a set, so you like to use the same body wash, the same moisturizing product, and then the fine fragrance mist on top, all you technically need is the body wash. So rather than buying a completely full set, just buy the body wash for this year, wait till there's a $4.95 sale. You're going to save a lot of money that way. You're not going to find yourself with 8 different versions of marshmallow pumpkin latte. Now, I know that's going to be difficult for people that like all the same packaging, but what I would do there is that's really where you're making the decision of how much you're comfortable of having. If you want a set for each year and you can confidently use up a set all at the same time, so the fine fragrance mist, the body lotion, and the body wash are relatively being used up at the same time, I think that's fine. Or if you know you're gonna fly through it, it's your absolute favorite scent, you wear it year round, I could see how that was fine. However, if this is just a seasonal scent for you, maybe you just wear it 1 month out of the year, I would recommend just buying the pieces parts. It's going to save you money and it's gonna reduce more of that like collection overload mentality. After that, you're going to want to section out any Act Quick products. And what I mean by that is products that are close to expiring. So not necessarily that they have an official expiration date on them, although the hand sanitizers do, so the pocket backs. So if you do have any fall pocket backs from last year, they're probably expiring around the June-July timeframe. So I would definitely prioritize those. I don't use my hand sanitizers past the expiration date as I feel like that messes with just the antibacterial aspect of the hand sanitizers. So definitely pull out all those pocket bags, and you're going to definitely want to do this because I've seen images of the pocket bags this year, and you guys, they are so cute. I mean, they're definitely going to have us lining up to buy them. So get through your old ones first so you can buy the new ones and sort of replace with fresh products, especially when it comes to the hand sanitizers. As far as body care goes, you might have a product that you forgot about. Maybe you had one years ago and you just discovered it. Maybe it fell, in the back of your bathroom closet or the linen closet. What I would do there is any of those Act Quick products, I would put up to the front and really prioritize using those. Also, products that have just the teeniest amount of uses, maybe there are 1 to 2 uses and then they'll be finished up. Just from a bottle standpoint, if you have 18 bottles, but then you realize that 5 of them are 1 or 2 uses, you really have 13 products. So it's a lot less overwhelming when you're Act Quick products, you're just finishing up quickly and you can get them out the door, and then your inventory is much more accurate. So I would pull those Act Quick products. Also, any products that are showing maybe a slight change in consistency, don't use anything that is like rancid smelling or just has gone completely off or the consistency is completely changed. Unfortunately, I would recommend you throw those away. But any products that maybe they're just starting to have a consistency change, prioritize those, use them up quickly so you don't have to throw them away. Now, really the last part of this inventory, and arguably the most important part, is start doing your monthly assessment. So what a monthly assessment is really just a monthly usage count. So how many product types do I use each month? So for me personally, I'm going to use 1 body wash and 1 body lotion a month. That's about my monthly cadence. That's my monthly assessment. As far as fine fragrance mist goes, I might use 1/4 of the bottle a month. So that being said, I can convert that into really months of usage rather than products bought. So I know if I buy 2 body lotions and 2 shower gels, I just bought myself 2 months of usage. So that really puts it into perspective. For SAS, I did do somewhat of a stock up. So I ended up buying, I think, 5 sets. So for me, that just bought me 5 months of usage. However, I have planned out exactly when I'm using those, the months that I'm using those. So I'm very excited and I feel very in control. But if you don't do that, maybe you don't plan ahead, maybe you just bought because you love the fragrances and now you're like, how am I going to use this up? It's a lot easier and really it helps you down the line. If you know how much you use, it really puts it into perspective. Rather than a full cart full of 10 items, buying 10 months worth of usage, you will quickly go, maybe I don't need all of that. So definitely recommend doing an inventory, and really the second half of your prep for fall and Halloween is going to be your buying strategy. So this really goes hand in hand with that monthly assessment, but I would use the monthly assessment and compare it to the period of time that you want to use specifically fall and Halloween products. We're talking about fall and Halloween, so that's the period of time I'm going to be pulling for this video. So if you're somebody that likes to use fall products as early as August 1st and all the way up through Thanksgiving, you have a little bit more room than somebody who's not going to start using fall until October 1st, and then the first day of November they want to use Christmas. So understand what period of time that you want to use your fall and Halloween body care. The shorter the period of time, the less products you'll need, and you'll understand how many products you'll want to buy based on that monthly assessment. The more months you have, you'll understand your usage for then, and then your kind of product buying strategy will go up or down from there. Me personally, I like starting fall September 1st. I feel like I'm really in the fall mood by that point. I'm completely done with summer and that transitional August period is done. So I will go September, October, and Thanksgiving. Me personally, this year, I know I want to use Chocolate Amber the month of November. So that is my November fragrance. So I'm looking for about 2 fragrance scents. So a body wash and a body lotion, and then another body wash and another body lotion to get me through September and October. So that's really my buying strategy going into this year. I always feel like it's helpful to have examples. So besides just the period of time that you're going to want to do, you're going to want to define your budget as well as define your buying strategy for when you want to shop. So as far as budgeting goes, this is really just going to come down to you. This is also going to come down to knowing what's in the future, right? So if you just bought a bunch at SAS, maybe you overspend at SAS, maybe you're going to want to pull back in fall so that you can spend a little bit more at Christmas, understanding that you're getting Christmas gifts for people. Maybe you just love the Christmas scents a little bit more. You're going to want to be mindful of not only what's happening now, but what's coming up. Now, here are some ways to do that and some strategies. First, I would really avoid buying online if you can. I would also avoid doing a buy online, pick up in store. And you might be saying, Skylar, why are you saying that? It's like the hype, it's fun. And for me personally, when I am in the store, I really can gauge how much I'm buying because I have to take the physical product off the shelf and put it into my basket. And you will know if you have more than like 5 shower gels and then the body lotions and then the fine fragrance mist in your basket, your arm starts getting physically tired. At least mine does. And actually being able to see that basket full up rather than just seeing a number on a cart on the screen, I feel like I'm much more mindful and I go, wait a minute, do I really need all this? Like, is this really going to make me happy, or am I just caught up in the hype? Another thing that I would avoid doing, and I know it's really hard, but I would avoid doing the member exclusive early access for some things. So for the member exclusive early access, if you are looking for the decor pieces, I think this would be a great time as those usually sell out and they're more of like a collector's piece, decor piece. Maybe that's all you want to buy for decor. You only buy Bath & Body Works decor. Definitely pick that up during that time. As far as body care goes, body care is going to be entering the stores right after that member exclusive early access happens. My store already has everything. So they already have Vampire Blood, Ghoul Friend, they have the new ice cream float. They are back stocking sort of the drawers under the semi-annual sale tables. So I know it's going to be in stores in only a matter of time. It's probably going to be in the same week. So for me, buying Monday against Friday, not really a big deal. And I would suggest for a lot of you that member exclusive early access, you're going to almost panic buy because it's like, oh my gosh, I see that it's in 4,000 carts. Like I should probably get it now. It's going to sell out, but it's going to be in stores arriving later that week. So I really don't recommend you do that. Also, if you do the member exclusive early access, there's not going to be a sale. Everything's going to be full price. They might run a buy 3, get 3. They might run a buy 2, get 1. I don't really know, but obviously later in the weeks, they're going to run those $4.95 moisturizer sales, those $5.95 total body care sales. So I would wait for those. I know it's hard. I know it's very exciting, but that is what I am doing when it comes to these 2 product sets I want. Last thing I'll say before we wrap up this video, as I know this video is probably way too long as it is what I would really do is understand the scents that you have in your collection and what scents are coming out with fall, and make sure you're not buying duplicates. So for me, Velvet Sugar is a very nice strawberry fragrance. That's something that I'm going to want to use in the springtime this year. Now, that being said, I really do love Girlfriend, and I bought it last year in the mini fine fragrance mist, but because I know I have the strawberry and Velvet Sugar and I like that fragrance a little bit better, I would much rather prioritize pumpkins for fall, warmer fragrances for fall, not so much that Girlfriend strawberry fragrance. Now, I might love Ice Cream Float, and that is supposed to be a cola vanilla fragrance, so I know by the time I get to Velvet Sugar, I'm not going to be sick of strawberry, but definitely something to keep in mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's a bit longer than usual. I honestly didn't anticipate it going this long, but I felt like I had so much information that I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope you guys found it helpful, enjoyed the video, and I will see you all at my next one. Bye, guys.